Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from KMD1. We would like to present assignment 1, which is Incorporate Private Company Limited by Share. This is our project for incorporation company. We have 5 steps. First, we must do name search and application of name reservation. And second, lodgement of application to incorporate the company. Third, incorporation fee. Fourth, verification of incorporation. And lastly, post incorporation. Okay. First, for name search and application of name. Individuals who wish to create a corporation, they may incorporate companies under the Companies Act 2016. Under Section 14(1), the proposal for incorporation shall be made for incorporation into the registrar by a person wishing to constitute a company, and the new application must be aimed to create a private company. Private company must have at least one director who lives typically in Malaysia by having the primary residence and one promoter in Malaysia. The company types must have limited by share. And as we know, there are 2 ways to apply for a name of a company, which is first direct incorporation, a combination of name reservation and incorporation process, and second is name reservation. And we decided to choose for a name reservation for we incorporate our company. Okay, second, the lodgement of application to incorporate the company. Okay, for lodgement of application, first we must do the proposed company name. First, we need to verify the availability of our company name. It is regarded as the method of looking for new incorporation using micro ID. Then, after we make the name reservation by using micro ID, we must know the procedure and the process, and the company name that we are proposed is Bakery Cafe House Sendirian Berhad. Once the company name has been proposed to the name screen, we will be led to a form template. And once payment has been made, the name of the company will be reserved on request, and the final approval will be granted by the Companies Commission of Malaysia, which is SSM. With the payment of RM50 by name search, we have made a reservation by filling in the form section 27(1) and 4. And after this, we will refer the appendix. And after we fill in the form, we must submit it to SSM, the name reservation. Next slide is a form that we must be filled in to be submitted to SSM. The form is section 27(1)(4), the application and reservation for availability of names.
Okay, next we proceed to the next slide, which is the status of private company and the incorporation fee. Okay, the acceptance of the name reservation is within 1 to 3 working days, but the Companies of Commission of Malaysia, which is that we know as a SSM, have approved our business in 1 day, and the name of our company or of our business is Bakery Cafe House Sendirian Berhad. This is because the name is not one that can be denied on any of the grounds referred to in subsection 26(1). Then we apply incorporation with a charge of RM1,000 when filing Form 14. Okay, after this slide, I will show you the Form 14. Then the acknowledgement of the availability of the name or of the reservation of the name referred to in this section does not in itself entitle the intended corporation, company or foreign company, either initially or by change of name, to be registered under that name. The registrar shall not be liable, according to this Act, for any loss or damage sustained by any person. Okay, this is the section 14 of Form 14. And this form we need to fill in to apply for registration of our company, which is the Bakery Cafe House Sendirian Berhad.
Nature of business, Bakery Cafe House Sendirian Berhad. Business definition based on MSIC classified the business as under the business code 10712, which is manufacture of bakery products, manufacture of bread and rolls, manufacture of fresh pastry, pies, tarts, production of egg-based dessert, manufacture of preserved pastry goods, manufacture of dry and other bakery products. The business plan of the Bakery Cafe House is a cafe that provide a place for customers to dine, to sit and rest while enjoying their food. This cafe have both back of house and front of house space, including most suitable location for a business to run. The business operation is starting from the 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Product available in the cafe. The first product is AMK Cafe, which is chocolate-based product. The second product is baked cheesecake. The third one is the red velvet cake. Next, the croissant, the donut chocolate rice pan, Portuguese cheese tart, hot mocha for the drink, and cappuccino.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Roshakila binti Abdul Wahab. My matric number is 1170758. Now, I will continue to the next part, the address of the registered office and business address. As we know, every proposed company must have the address of the registered office. This in order to facilitate every business affair of the company directly to the company secretary. According to the Company Act 2016, Section 14, Subsection 1 stated that the application for incorporation under this section shall include a statement by every person who desires to form a company. As the lodger had been filled the Section 14 at my COE system, there must be included with the registered office proposed address. Section 46, Subsection 1 in Company Act 2016, the company shall at all times have a registered office in Malaysia to which all communication and notice may be addressed, meaning that every business affair that related to the company secretary may be addressed to the registered office. Our company's registered address has followed our appointed company secretary, which located at tingkat 1 and 2 Wisma Perkeso, Alustar, Kedah. The details and declaration of director and promoter. The details of director and promoter were formed in Section 14 of Company Act 2016. The declaration director and promoter must not be an undischarged bankrupt either in or outside Malaysia, and they must not have been convicted of any offence whether in Malaysia or outside Malaysia. That means the director and promoter must be clear from any offence or scandals. They also need to have a stable financial position. Director's consent must also be required based on Section 201, and a person shall not be appointed to become a director of the company unless he has consented in writing to be a director of the particular company. Our company filled Form 201, a person declaration before appointed as a director or by a promoter before incorporating the corporation. The declaration should be made by the individual who is responsible for the incorporation. Usually, the promoter and director is the same person, but sometimes it also can be a different person too. For example, like our company, our promoter and our director is a different person. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, next slide is verification of incorporation. Once the request has been submitted and the necessary documentation and procedure have been documented and completed, the Companies Commission of Malaysia will approve the application and send a notice of approval and registration. Then this will be distributed by mail subject to the notice of registration. Distribution of the notification shall abide by Section 15 of the Notice of Registration. Bakery Cafe House Sdn Bhd may request the company certificate pursuant to Section 17 of the Companies Act 2016, which may be issued by the registrar to the company in the type and manner determined by the registrar upon an application by a company for payment of a prescribed fee. Okay, this is the example of the notice of registration. Okay, this one is the certificate of incorporation. Certificate of Bakery Cafe House Sdn Bhd.
Next, for post-incorporation, our company has been given Certificate of Incorporation and following Section 236, Bakery Cafe House Sdn Bhd shall appoint a company secretary and determine the terms and conditions of such appointment. The appointment of the first secretary shall be made within 30 days from the date of incorporation of a company, and the company shall submit from Section 58 and 236/2 notification of the appointment of the first company secretary to the registrar within 14 days from the date of appointment. The person appointed as the secretary shall make a declaration using Form 236, a declaration before appointment as a secretary. Therefore, there is no fee chargeable for a first secretary's appointment, but there will be a late lodgement fee if we late to notice the appointment. This is the form that we have submit to the SSM. For the left side, it is section 58, and for the right side, it is section 236. We also choose Bank Islam as our company bank, so we have to fill in all necessary information using the connection. We register ourselves online with MyCo ID on the LHDN portal number or go to their office on a physical basis. The certificate and specifics of shareholder, directors, managers and company secretaries are required. Under Malaysian law, Social Security registration requires all employers to register with the Social Security Organisation (SOCSO) Perkeso. We also register for the Employees Provident Fund because with our business plan to hire the first employees, and the registration must be made within 7 days. Next, for statutory book, based on Section 47, Companies Act 2016, document to be kept at the registered office. First, registers of directors, managers and secretaries, Section 57. Next, register of members, Section 50. Next, register of debenture holders, Section 60. And lastly, register of shareholders shareholding, Section 59. In our case, we are appointed a company secretary from nearby secretarial firm to take care and manage all affairs related to the Companies Commission of Malaysia, SSM. For the register of director, managers and secretaries, Section 57, the register shall contain our director's name, residential address, service address, date of birthday, business occupation and identification, and particulars of any other directorship of public companies or companies, subsidiaries of public companies held by the director. The register shall be open for inspection by any any member of the company without charge, and any other person on payment of 10 ringgit or such lesser sum as the company requires for its inspection. Next, for register of member, section 50, the register shall contain the names, address, identification number, nationality, and the usual place of residence of every person who is to be a member, and where any of the member is a corporation, the corporate name, place of incorporation, establishing or origin, registration number, and registered office of the incorporation, and any other relevant information and particular of the member. Register office keep the record of the date at which they were entered in the register as a member, and the date at which any person would choose to be a member during the previous 7 years in. For register of debenture holders, section 60, every company which issues debentures shall keep a register of debentures holder, and the company shall lodge a notification of the issuance of debentures with the registrar within 12 forward hours securing any debenture. And lastly, the director the particulars including the number and description of shares, debentures, participatory interest, right, option, and contract to which the notice relate, and in respect of shares, debentures, participatory interest, right, or option within 3 days after receiving notice from a director. Any person may request a company to furnish him with a copy of its register on the fee of 20 ringgit, and the company shall send the document to that person within 21 days from the day on which the company received the request. That's all from us. Thank you.